Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Welcome to the Black Text. There's an African proverb that says, when the roots are deep, there's no reason to fear the wind. We live in a world where we want things easy. We want to snap our fingers and it happens. But unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. So we are required to believe that it will all work out. Believe a change will come. Believe in the unknown. But in this space, faith and fear demand you believe in something you can't see, and you get to choose if you will fear it, embrace it with faith, or walk away from it. Let me say that again. With fear and faith, you have a choice. You can choose faith to believe that it will happen, or you can choose fear and run away from it. Many years ago, I took a broad swing, and I've talked about this before, when SiriusXM merged. At the time, I was dealing with a lot of personal life shit. I had a roommate who was having his financial troubles, and I had just moved to Los Angeles, and I had moved in with him to help pay for half the bills so he could figure out how to get back on his feet. Didn't pay the rent. I had to move out. I had a business partner at the time. The business partner's like, hey, I'm going to be in New York for 6 months. You can stay with my house. And then the financial crisis happened. The writing strike was affecting my other job. I had to quit one job because my boss physically attacked me because I wouldn't fuck her. And it was a hot mess. The individual who was my business partner was a bully and thought that he could make me do things I didn't want to do because I was living under his roof while I was trying to figure out how to keep the business moving forward with the job that I had to quit with the ad agency in Miami. The strike that had happened, I was waiting for my unemployment to kick in, and it took longer than anticipated. But ultimately, it all came together. I made a promise to Allah that if he got me out of the situation, I would sleep in my car for 3 months. In 3 months, I slept in my car. Now, I know that seems a little shocking and a little like, what the fuck? But for 3 months, I slept in my car, not because I couldn't afford to find a place, but because I made a promise to Allah. See, we make promises to God all the time. Oh, if you get me out of this, I'll never do this again. And then 6 months later, again, you're doing the same fucking thing. For anybody who knows me, I am a very centered faith guy. I know that everything I have is because of the oneness of Allah, period. My talent, my gifts, my tenacity, my ability to problem solve, being able to live the black life that I live, because of all the blessings I was granted when I was born from Allah. But faith and fear demands you to believe in something. Yourself. See, I believe in me. And because I believed in me, I was willing to sleep in my car while I still tried to negotiate a deal with the FCC to take 3 of the channels that the merger had put together. And I was flying from Los Angeles to DC every 5 weeks, staying in a hotel in DC for 4 or 5 days, flying back to LA and sleeping in my car. And yes, I could have found a place, but because I believed in myself and believed in the promise and the oneness of Allah, I had to honor the promise that I made to my God. Just like I have to make the promise to myself that no matter how long it takes for me to sell a TV show, I must continue working on the craft that I am pursuing. That if I want to become a DJ, that I have to practice my DJ skills at least an hour every day. I have to write every day. I have to edit what I've written. I have to do the one thing I hate: editing. I hate to edit. I hate to reread something and reread again. And a lot of times the process is slow because I have to walk away from it for a week or 2 weeks because it's too fresh in my head. Nothing's going to change. So when I'm chasing what I'm chasing, it is based on my faith in myself, in the oneness of Allah. It is not based on an if or fear. Fear gets you nowhere. Fear keeps you stagnant. It keeps you frozen. It keeps you in a space that you never will achieve. And then at the end of your life, you have 3 questions that everyone asks themselves when they live in fear. I could have, should have, and would have. I would have done this if this had happened. I could have done this, but this didn't happen. I should have done this, but I was afraid to do it. I have no regrets. I have a lot of lessons, but no regrets. Faith demands me to keep fighting. Faith demands me to not give up. Faith demands me to find a different way to go in. Faith requires me to believe that regardless of the gatekeepers, I still have an opportunity to chase what is important to me, to allow the words that I have on the paper to be seen and felt. Fear is giving up. Fear is not putting efforts into it. Fear is, I've done this one, I'm not doing any more. There's a colleague I used to work with, and they had this one show. The show is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. But that's all they got. And I've known this person almost 20 years, and they've developed nothing else because they're relying on this one show to make it work. It doesn't work that way. Every network, every production company, every TV channel, every TV station, they have different tastes. They have different movements. You have to be able to chase them all, from scripted to reality. And you got to go in and you got to work. You got to give more. You got to do more. You got to be more. You got to all these things you got to keep doing. And that's all because of faith. Fear makes you write a treatment and that's it. Fear lets you have a conversation, but you don't follow through with it. Fear kills dreams. Fear stops everything from happening. I was having a conversation with a friend, and they've got these 4 reality projects. And again, reality TV is easy. It doesn't require a lot of work. You kind of can just go with the flow of it and make it work. Scripted requires a little bit more energy because it requires you to develop. It requires you to think. It requires you to write from lived experiences so that it feels authentic and real. Spaces, places, movements are important in storytelling. I try to tell stories through my podcast. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people think I ramble, and that's okay. I do ramble. But in between me talking and rambling is a life lived. And there's so many things that come up about it, but faith keeps me here. I get asked the question all the time, what keeps you going, Malik? How do you not give up? Faith. Faith keeps me going. Fear? Fear of what? What is it to be afraid of? Maybe on the other side of what you're afraid of is the happiness you seek. We all have to fight a battle. And I want you to think about these 2 words as the battle you have to fight, or for some, the cross you must bear. Are you going to be afraid of the thing that you dream about, or are you going to have the faith to believe that you can accomplish the thing you dream about? Because at the end of the day, faith and fear are the choices that everybody has to make. And depending on what you believe and what you want, will lean those scales one way or the other. I hope that the scales for everyone who is listening leans to faith, not fear. Stay woke. We out.